All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in 1/3. And Adon Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And the Wadi Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, look at what this big, beautiful bill just did. All right. And I want to share with you. We'll go right here. Okay. Let me make sure the audio is good. I want to share with you. Okay. So what I want to do is check this out. Woo-wee. Man, I'm telling you, if you have not been tapped in, okay, to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Hey, you're going to be hurt out here, man. Okay, this is why the Holy Spirit has been warning about being more spiritual than in the flesh, because you being in this flesh, you're gonna die. Okay, so check this out. This is Governor Newsom, ultimate betrayal. Governor Newsom on passing of Trump's big, beautiful bill 19 hours ago. Okay, 19 hours ago. What this bill has done, 17 million people just lost health care. Okay, so I'm gonna say this real quick. They are putting people in a position to beg for anything to help them, and we know ultimately that's going to be the MOTB. I'm mentioning again. I am mentioning the MOTB prophecy again. 17 million people that are going to be out of care. Even though Esau is a physician of no value, you have to understand that he has people dependent. He has people dependent upon him, especially Jake. Real quick, Jeremiah, since it just flashed before my eyes, Jeremiah 2:14. Do I want that one? No. Well, this one did come up. Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? So Jake being a servant, okay, Jake being a servant, now he's going to need Massa, okay, who he has been a slave under, to keep giving him benefits. So now if Massa is taking away benefits, let me put this one. I think it's 2 and 9. Now that Massa is taking away benefits, let's fix this. Okay. What is Jake going to do? All right. What is Jake going to do? Let's go here real quick. Let me put this in here. It just came to my mind. I know it's Jeremiah 2. Let's put trust, or Isaiah, trust in. Trust in. I got more for you too. Check this out. It's about to get extremely bad out here. Isaiah 30:12. There it is. It's about to get disgusting out here. Okay. Isaiah 30:2. It's about to get nasty. Okay. It's about to get evil. It's about to get wicked. All right. Just give me a second. There it is. This is Isaiah 30:12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word. All right. The prophets have been out. They've been warning, they've been rebuking, they've been prophesying, they've been correcting. Okay. But what happened? And trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Now look what you got to deal with. Okay. So now 17 million people just lost this. 18 million kids just lost school meals. All right. So how are parents going to be able to fund for their children? Because what Esau has done is he's made the American people rely off of him and his resources. And now that's going to leave you in a pitiful case. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. We use the world, but this is going into those that have abused it. We use the world. All right. There's nothing wrong with using it. There's nothing wrong with using what's available for resources because we lack thereof. But the times that you are in, like the other day, I did a video about this Jake woman telling her son how he needs to not get a job so he can be on Section 8. Well, what happens when they cut it? What happens when they cut Section 8? See? This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case. Okay, look at this. You can easily see how these people are going to be in pitiful case. 3 million Americans just lost food assistance. Crime rate is going to go up. Okay, savage-like characteristics is going to increase. People are going to use the mindset of, I need to take care of mine to invade yours. All right, so they are creating chaos to bring in order. They are creating chaos and cutting budgets for poor American people that's going to lead them to more crime. This was just posted 23 hours ago. Okay, it's the ultimate betrayal. You see? And 3.5 trillion was added to the deficit of debt already. All for the tax cuts for Trump's billionaire donors. See? Just like there was a tax deduction in corporate businesses from 23% to 21%. So that means corporate America businesses are now paying less in taxes than you people getting for healthcare, helping with schools, funding, benefits, and even food. All right. So the problem, the sorrow has begun, and the sorrow is increasing. This is putting people on edge. Okay. How many people, let's ask how many people are, how many Americans are on food assistance? Let's see. In fiscal year, an average of 41.7 million Americans receive food stamps. 41 million Americans. That's over 50 million people receive help from. So right now they're saying, well, just 3 were cut, but that 3 could turn to 5, then that 5 could turn to 10. And then you're going to start seeing more benefits get stripped away from these people, which is going to cause more lawlessness, because you can see him tightening the squeeze. This is putting people on edge. Okay, especially think about single mothers. Think about children. Think about veterans. All right. Think about people that actually depend on this system. And then you take 17 million of them and you cut them from certain things that they need because they're schizophrenic or they're this or they're that. So this is going to increase crime. How many people need, because you got to think, when you think about this bracket, I mean, this is a long thing. There's mental health care, physical health care. All right. The list goes on and on. All right. So now let's continue. Where was I at? Jeez. There's always so many points to make here. Okay. So we got that point. 2nd Ezra 9. Yes. 2nd Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Now, my question is, how many people that got stripped of these benefits are Israelites? 18 million kids. I know when I was growing up, I needed school meal money. I know when I was growing up, we had free health, or, health care lost, or assistance. I was growing up on welfare. I remember going to the store with the food stamp booklet. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the food? Let me show you. Food stamp booklet. Remember this? Okay, I had these growing up. All right. This is what I grew up off of. See? But now it's digital. Now it's gone to a digital card. Now what happens to those people that are expecting this on the 1st or the 3rd, and then they don't receive it, but then they see Edomites still do? Maybe some migrants. It's causing civil chaos. Okay, this is causing civil chaos right before your eyes. This is order out of chaos. This is why he called it the ultimate betrayal. And it says, for such as in their life have received benefits, okay, and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty. What was the liberty? When the prophets were out in the street. Let me get this. When the prophets were out in the street. 2nd Chronicles. Ooh, good verse of the day. 2nd Chronicles 36. All right. 26 y 15. All right. 2nd Chronicles 36 and 15. And the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, power of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, sent unto Jacob, or the Israelites, by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending. See, like even now, these lessons, okay? Hey, the Wadi Bashem Yahushai, I finally got a fucking day off, man. Excuse my language, okay? We're working, we're overworked, we're tired. So I'm like, I'm thankful I could actually be home and dedicate my day towards the Lord, you know. So the Lord is sending his messenger out, and even his messengers are not always able to get up and tell you the message. So it's coming a time where the prophets are going to get rest from being wearied with the word. You know, we want to do this, we love doing this, but we're also still in Babylon too. We're in Egypt too. Okay, we're sighing and crying while working, while doing the work. All right, it's not a pity party. It's not for you to say, oh, Mike, no, we're just telling you the reality of what we're involved in as well. Rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place, but they mocked the messengers of the Most High. Remember years ago, Baloo, the 14th Street so-called Israelite or prophet, I can't remember what he titled his channel, but he taped a potato chip to his hand, scoffing against the MOTB. Now check this out. I wasn't even going to do this, but I forgot. After I did a lesson earlier, I asked this question: what could cause Babylon to use the R to the F to the I to the D to track illegal immigrants instead of ankle monitor and barcode bracelets? The Babylonian government shifting from ankle and barcode bracelets to the MOTB to track undocumented immigrants would be highly controversial. So prophecy is highly controversial and significant. You know what proves that this is going to come to pass? Because when the British, there was a point in time where the British outlawed the transatlantic slavery because they took it as a controversial means of servitude when they caught wind of other things that Esau was doing to us here in America. So everything surrounding Jake that Esau does is highly controversial. Fucking buck breaking is controversial. Excuse my language, okay? Raping our women, our wives is the delectable Negro is highly controversial. It still don't mean that he ain't gonna do it. When you look across the board at what's happened to us, everything he's done to us is highly controversial. So you think this is gonna stop him? All of a sudden now he's gonna stop in his tracks from running into wickedness to shed innocent blood and turn around like Forrest Gump and I'm just gonna go home now. Hell nah. This is Mr. Perpetual Line Stepper. He's a habitual line crosser. It says he did Amos 1. And for 3, I will not turn away the punishment there. He perpetually pursued his brother with the sword. Everything Esau does is highly controversial to us as the Lord's people. So miss me with that shit. It says would be a highly controversial and significant development. And who's going to stop him? Okay? Because let's not forget about Mason Lodge 83. Let's not forget about Psalms 83 and who the head of that is, okay? All nations know that we done went into captivity. It tells you that in Jeremiah. So these nations know what's going on with us. It's not like they're going to step in. And if they did, where the fuck's Africa at for you panhandling niggas? Excuse me, but I just got to say it like that. Jake has got to wake up, man. This guy is cutting funding on you, okay, just to beef up his military. The old famous saying from that motorcycle Tupac, they got money for war, but not to feed the poor because the poor is Jake. But the Lord said he chose the poor out of this world, rich in faith. These things have to happen, okay? So let me go back before I get too far in what I was saying. Anyways, it says, here are some possible factors or conditions that might lead to such a move along with an ethical, legal, and legal. It's July 4th. It's July 4th. July 4th, 1776, you were still a slave. Let me see if I can pull this up. It probably won't let me. I had just posted this picture the other day. Let me see if I can go to my posts. It's a picture of Jake. Let me see. Well, okay. There it is. Boom. This is July 4th, 1776. What you mean legal and ethical? When they declared their independence from their mother Britain in 1776, but first the Illuminati was formed May 1st, 1776, and then July 4th, the 13 colonies, 13 representing Lucifer, 13 funded by the elites, right? The colonies funded. You can look that up. The Rothschilds funded the Civil War, and they also helped fund in the Revolutionary War. I can go look further into it, but it's just a Google or it's just a chat away. Anyways, and they're claiming of freedom. We weren't freed. We weren't freed. So miss us with this. Well, legally and ethnically, we would like to discuss this further. Get the fuck out of here, okay? Anyways, it says technological consideration would play into the part. Boom. Let's look at the advantages. The advantages of this little mark could become smaller, cheaper, and more reliable than external devices. There's a certain business term that Esau has when he creates an invention. Once he creates it, what he does is he slowly pulls components or parts away from this invention to see how he can still have this technology work with less parts so he can save more money. So he's all about saving money. Didn't even Abraham Lincoln say if he could keep the Union and slaves, he would? Isn't that the same thing? Let me look this up real quick. And food stamps started for Esau, I think, during Carter's presidential campaign when he went to the Appalachian Mountains and seen Esau braiding by the bushes with his nasty ass. So welfare started with Esau. Let me look this up real quick. Damn it, I done lost my point. Let me go back. Oh, yes, here we go. Let me see. President Lincoln. President Lincoln stated if he could keep the Union and slavery. Remember, it says, no man shall buy you, no man shall save you. He would. All right. If I could save the Union without freeing any slaves, I would do it. There you go. Okay. So do not fall victim to the lies of the father of them. You have to understand one of Esau's attributes outside of being blessed with carnality of the sword is he has a forked tongue, okay? He has advanced his rulership through lying. He relies on your sincere, loyal spirit to capitalize and take advantage of you. Even Cristobal Colon stated that with the Northern Kingdom when he landed in what they call South America, all right? So miss us with that shit. Anyways, it says, look, passive MOTB don't need batteries, could be favored for discrete long-term tracking. See, look, and security, harder to remove or tamper with an ankle monitor or bracelets because it's an external device. See, so this guy, I asked ChatGPT how it would play out, and it broke that down. It broke it down. It'd be cost efficient. We have policies that would shift towards it. If political leaders move towards more authoritarian or hardline immigration policies, there might be fewer restraints or invasive surveillance. Going back, the same places that agreed to sell up more alligator Alcatrazes are the same ones that will agree to have policy shifts towards a biometric surveillance. Very simple. It's very simple. It's very easy. Okay, so let the sorrow begin. All right, look what this bill is doing. It's cutting you off. Okay, it's tightening the squeeze. It's having more people that are going to rely on the government based off scarcity, based off lack of bread, based off lack of resources, while others have those resources. So now that's going to cause civil unrest. People are going to start turning on one another. See? So let's keep going. Where was I at? Second Esdras 9. Did I finish Chronicles? Let me see here. I believe I did. Did I finish Chronicles? Okay, I might have. Second Chronicles 36. Yes. Second Chronicles 36 and 16. Let's start at 15 again. It says, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. So the mere fact that we can still teach, prophesy, edify, and go up to camp is the Lord still showing his compassion. So once that happens, once there's a famine of hearing the word, that compassion is going to be stripped away from his people. And you're going to see the dogs be unleashed on the Lord's people, man. And it says, but they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy. And that's what you're getting ready to witness. A people suffering something that there will be nothing to fix them up until death. The only thing that will fix them with death, because they don't have, their savior's not coming for them. He's coming for only the elect. All right. Now, what else do I want to get for you? Let me see here. Oh, yeah. So I fact check it. And I want to say this for the brothers out there, the watchmen. Hey, when you see something, okay, and you want to do a lesson on it, just fact check that shit, though, you know, because I saw this. I said, yo, whoa, what? 17 million what? 18 million kids who? Oh, that look, small and great. Small, kids, great, adults. See? Small and great. Big, beautiful betrayal. I might retitle it that. Look what it titled it. Look at what this big, beautiful bill just did. Or look at what this big, beautiful betrayal just did. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's go here real quick. Do it. Oh, fuck the Wi-Fi. Bear with me. The Wi-Fi been acting up. All right, let's go right here. Here we go. So let's change this. Fucking Wi-Fi. And that's on big, beautiful betrayal. Let's put that in. Because that's exactly what these people are going to feel. Betrayal. Okay? Big, beautiful betrayal. And it's only going to increase from here. All right, so let me go back. All right? We got all this. Now let's go here. 2nd Ezra 16 in the GNT. And let's start at 18. It says, troubles will come, and many people will groan. Famine will come, and many will die. Wars will come, and the world powers will tremble. Disasters will come, and everyone will be terrified. Right? Let's keep going. Okay, watch this. What will people do when these disasters come? Exactly. What is 2/3 going to do as this peril increases? Okay, when they're affected by these? Let's actually ask that question. Did the big beautiful bill, I'm gonna go here, did the big beautiful bill affect minorities? Let's see what comes up. I gotta take the caps off. Let's go here. Here who stands to gain from the big beautiful bill and who may struggle. See? And you know it's always Jake is going to be the one that struggles first. Come on, there's no way Esau is going to do something where it benefits Jake more than Edomites. Let's see. Better off. Look, see? Who's going to be better off? Didn't I mention that? Didn't I say corporate America? You're my witnesses, all you brothers and sisters. I said that. I said corporate America. Look, who's going to benefit? Corporate America, manufacturers, small businesses and partnerships, high-income Americans. Jake is not classified as high-income Americans. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Worse off. There it is. Who's going to be worst off? Look at right here. Low-income Americans. We are the low-income Americans. Many people at the lowest end of the income ladder would be worse off because the package would enact no day like it, cuts to the nation's safety net program, particularly Medicaid and food stamps. That's Jake. But we have a savior. That's why I said it says, I came not for those that were whole, but those that need a physician. That's us. Then it says the physician will cut off the long disease, and that disease is Esau. So he today is a king, tomorrow shall die. Among the many changes to these programs would be additions of federal mandated work requirements to blah, 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 blah. Let me see. Millions of low-income Americans are expected to lose their benefits because of the work requirements and the bill's other measures affecting. Okay, so that's Jake. Okay. That's other nations, but mainly it's Jake. So Jake is going to be affected the most by these new steps forward towards the EOO, Edomite World Order, or NOO. Okay, let's keep going. It says 19, famine. You see what that says? This is the GNT, by the way. Okay, it says famines, troubles, and sufferings are sent to punish and correct people. But in spite of all this, they will not turn away from their sins. They soon forget their punishment. Who's that? 2/3. Just go on WorldStar. Just go on Nigga News. Okay, just go on WorldStar and see how disgustingly worse the Lord's people, okay, are getting. All right, and so all this is coming down. The sword is coming down for Jake because it is Jacob's trouble. So that bill Look at what this big, beautiful betrayal just did. Okay, that's exactly what you're going to feel betrayed. It says the time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenty has arrived. Now, just last year, okay, as this was happening, remember last year? Now, I've looked this up before, but let me put this in. $1 burger. Okay, now it makes sense why these corporate chains, why did these corporate chains in corporate America, okay, several fast food chains are currently offering $1 burger deals. Burger King, who else? Then they got what does they call it? The survival slice. See, this is what it's talking about. You thought you were in a good case because food was so cheap at one point in time. Nothing beats fresh Wendy's $1 junior bacon. See? So they're giving you this to think that everything's okay. Now, what was that Domino's pizza? Domino's, because come on, Esau don't ever get shit for free. Domino's free pizza. What's that? Look at it. Domino's emergency pizza. See? This is going back. Look. Come on. It says the time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenty has arrived, but then disasters will spring up everywhere. Wars, famine, and great confusion. Many people on earth will starve to death, and those who escape starvation will be killed in war. This proves that the ultimate destruction of Babylon is going to come through thermonuclear missiles in the Third World War after the mandatory marking of the beast. Okay? So this thing is going down, man. Matthew 24:8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. All these are the beginning of birth pains. Verse 12. Psycho. Let me go into this. First, let's get translations. NKJV. And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. I'm stealing from you because they stole from me. I had to get you because they betrayed me. Trump's budget bill, big, beautiful betrayal. Okay? Big, beautiful betrayal is taking place. And the average low-income American family is going to feel it, starting with Israel. Okay? They're going to feel it. And any time of a disaster, self-preservation, Jake is let in last. When you had the situation with Russia and Ukraine, Jake was allowed last, if any, on the train. When you had Persia striking Amalek, Jake was the first targeted in Dimona. Okay? So you could see how this is going to be Jacob's trouble specifically, and then it spreads throughout other people. All right, let me see what else I got for you. Okay, yeah, so I looked it up. Like I said, it says Trump's Medicaid cuts are coming for rural Americans. It's going to have a hit. It's going to have a hit, blah, blah, blah. You're going to kick millions off that. Then I looked this one up. MAGA rep literally cheers for budget taking away free school lunch. See, 18 million babies. 18 million babies. All right, let's see what else I got. Oh, yeah, the food assistance, 3 million got cut, but that's just the beginning. And majority of welfare goes to women. SNAP, WIC, welfare, okay? You can see it all happening. This is why you should not have been living off bread alone. First of all, the bread is defiled, okay? I hate this flesh. And secondly, we're supposed to live off the Lord, the word of the Lord, Matthew 4:4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh. See? So if you have not been tapping into the spiritual aspect of servitude when it comes to your God, Yahweh, through your Savior, Yahweh Shai, hey, man, you better get ready right now. Repent right now. Get ready right now. Lock in right now. Okay? You have to be more in the spirit than the flesh. This flesh is against you. It's an enemy. All right. And it will do unseemly things to survive. And we're going to see that in the near future with these people. Okay. You're getting ready to witness these people crash out, man. Let me see what else I got for you. Did I finish this? Despise it not. Oh, 2 Ezra 9 and 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, And when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. Okay, so that's going to be this is going to be very a very sobering times that we're living in. All right, there's a lot of things happening in Babylon's benefits, and now those benefits that you've relied on, you're going to feel betrayed when they pull them from underneath you. And that ultimately, in my humble opinion, is how he's going to pressure majority of Americans to give in to this new system, which is prophetically the MOTB. Okay. Isaiah 30:1, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take a counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. They walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. See? And it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. This is why ultimately it's going to be this. Judges 10 and 13. Judges 10 Judges 10 and 13, it says, yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Babylon is a god to you. Esau is a god to you. The benefits of you, Babylon's has been a snare unto you. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. So how are you going to go to Esau to deliver you from Esau? Okay, and now Esau's been, he's starting to focus the direction on the southern kingdom, starting with Levi, the Haitians. So this thing is about to start getting wild out here. Okay, it's about to get real wild out here. So this betrayal, it hasn't fully set in yet. So we're in the beginning of that. This was just a day ago. So you got people that are not experiencing the loss yet, okay? But they soon will. It's a Friday, okay? So kids ain't at school right now, all right? They might have got their last month, okay? They might have got their last food stamp assistance. But what happens when it affects them? What happens when their child comes home saying they haven't been eaten? What happens when they have something near or detrimental that they can't afford to go to Esau to fix, even though he's a physician of no value? What happens? They crash out. They're going to crash out. They're going to crash in. Okay? Let me get this. Let's go to 2 Ezra 15. I've just been popping around in this chapter today. Right here. 2 Ezra 15 and 19. Amen. Oh, that's right, 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Oh, didn't they just cut section 8? Let me look this up. Section, that's housing. Section. So you cutting housing and food? Come on, bro. They're cutting everything that people need, if you will. Second 8, Trump. Let's just see what comes up. Trump's big ugly bill. See? So he was calling it beautiful because the mercies of the wicked are cruel. Trump's big ugly bill is laws for housing. See that? What happens if Trump kills Section 8? Well, didn't it say you'd be tossed out of your house? Didn't it say you'd be tossed out of your house? Oh, my goodness. We're starting to see why these precepts say what they say. 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. See? Now, real quick, let's go one chapter over, and let's go to it. It says, they shall cast you out of your homes. Didn't it say that? Let's go into it. 2 Ezra 16. And in the last lesson, I was able to read verse 68. Look, 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling, taking, and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Mass evictions. Trump budget plan would slash Section 8, slash food assistance, slash aid to help for injuries. So, hey, he's literally locking everything down. Okay, so Jake, there's nowhere to turn to right now but the Lord. This is the time to turn to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakwadash, because your enemy is a sword and he's being sent to cut. It said slash, right? This is Psalms 17 and 13. It said slash, right? It said cut, right? Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Slash, cut, stab, kill, slash, sword, cut, kill. Okay? So, hey, you better be having faith in Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You better be trusting in Yahweh B'Shem Shai right now, because all the Israelites that have loathed the Lord's law, thinking that they're good, they can gyrate, twerk, yell, drink, scream, pop, do whatever they want. Well, now the club promoter, okay, the one who's got you bewitched in Funland, now he's making it not feel so fun anymore. You see? So, hey, you should not be making mirth right now. Is that Ezekiel 21 or Ezekiel 22 and 18? Let me see. You should not be in the spirit trying to make mirth. You got IUIC. Let me show you this just because it came up. Yeah. I mean, I'll still eat a burger. Shit, I don't care. But I know where we at. Top live. What the fuck? Excuse my language. Let me put this in. Let me show you something. Let me show you what they're doing right now. IUIC. Damn it. I'm not too tech savvy. IUIC top live. Yeah, IUIC live top 5. This is what they're doing right now. Okay? This is what they're doing right now. Look at this is what they're doing right now. Okay? While this is all happening, they're making you think that shit's sweet. All right? Let me just show you this. Okay? Look at this. Look at this. We got a countdown. Well, hey, we're counting down the days to the market. No man knows a time, hour, day, but we hasten it to come. And they're over here doing top live, top 5 music. Fucking dreads. Come on, man. You better really see what this thing is about, man. Okay, this is what they're doing right now. Let me go to that. Ezekiel 22 and 18, I think. Ezekiel 22. So, hey, fuck a Fringe Fest. Okay, you got that going on right now. Jake doing Fringe Fest. Let me show you. Fringe. See, we watch everything. Fringe Fest 5 Hebrew. I know something will pop up. It should. Is Israel like you better see Fringe Up Hebrew Fest 2020. Man, fuck a Fringe Fest, bro. Excuse my language to the young ears. But there is a very severe message that has to get across. We're going to have eternity to turn up in the kingdom. We can dance our fringes together in the kingdom. Right now is not a time. Look, this hasn't even happened yet. I hope something happens today. July 7th, 8th, and 9th. Look at this. Where is it? Well, you know. I guess you got to go on TikTok. See? Come on, let's get our Fringe Fest on. Fuck out of here. All right? I'm praying to make sure we got food to eat. What happens when the lights turn? Now, hold on. Let me just thought of something. Now, what happens if the lights go off while Americans are suffering? Oh, it's about to get real bad out here. Ezekiel 22 and Ezekiel 22. Let me see. No, that's not it. Oh, look, they got a conspiracy against us. That's not it. Let's just go here. I like to use Google. Should we then make mirth? Should we make mirth right now? You know? 21, excuse me, I was close. 21 and 10. Ezekiel 21. See, the parable of the sword. Ezekiel 21 and 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord. So the Lord is telling you this. Say a sword is sharpened, and it's also furbished. It's happening. Alligator, Alcatraz. Ah! It says, it is sharpened to make a slaughter against who? Jake. And they just said they're going after Haitians. Shit. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It condemneth the rod of my son as every tree. Should we then make mirth? Should we be making mirth right now? And I guess this is like every Monday or something. Let me see. Where's the little thing? I want to skip around. Here we go. Where is it? Oh, it won't let me. I really don't want to click it because I don't know if they're going to hit me with a strike. But you get it, man. Okay, you see it? I'll click it, fuck it. Look at this. Let me show you. Look at this. Watch. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is literally what the Lord said not to be doing. I understand where we have faith and we rejoice that prophecies coming to pass, but you being like this is not preparing you for seeing mass death of Israelites. This is not preparing you to stay faithful when you don't see food in front of you. This is not preparing you to see the slain of the Lord shall be many. Okay? Look, this is not preparing you. This is just women and children, fickle, silly woman laden with sin. Look at this weird ass stuff. What is going on here? They literally are in a talk show spirit as Esau is cutting everything that Jake is relying on in America while still in captivity. Do you see that? Oh, that's why they say a sword won't come, remember? And they said, man, chill out, brother. Ain't no sword coming, brother. Brother, where your fringes at, first of all? See, that's why we got to leave them alone. Okay? This is Ezekiel 12. And what they said, there will not be a sword. Look at this. Look at this. See, sword and famine. You're going to be eating bread with quaking, drinking water with trembling and carefulness. Is Jake ready to drink water with carefulness? Oh, no. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some, Abelijah. You know? Let me see real quick. Yep. Ezekiel 12 and 22. Son of man, what is this proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease. I'm going to cut this corny ass vain top 5 game show spirit from out of Israel. Okay? Look, you're not going to be like this in Jacob's trouble. Okay? And you know how many Jakes are going to renounce being Israelites in that day? Watch and wait. You'll see. It says, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. This is vain flattering and divination in Israel right here. Look at this. Come on, y'all. Let me get everybody scream. No. You're going to be screaming out of fright and fear and trembling. Okay? Don't fall victim. Don't be rizzed. Look at this. They're rizzed up. You're all rizzed up. Silly woman laden with iniquity. Let's go. Of course she's going to say that. See? There's a lot of 2/3 that know they're Israelites too, man. But if they are of the elect, then they're going to make it out of it. Okay? So let me see. Look at this. Ezekiel 12 and 18. Son of man, eat thy bread with quaking. Have you ever ate a meal while shaking? And drink thy water with trembling and with carefulness. It's like, imagine that's the last bit of strong drink. You kind of sipping it now because you don't want it to end. That's how you're going to have to be with water. That's how you'll be with water. See? Look at this, man. The Lord is not playing. The Lord is not playing. Let me see what Ezekiel 13 say. Yep, I knew it. False prophets. Ezekiel 13. You ain't gone into the gaps. You ain't in the streets, but you're in a talk show host. How the hell when the Lord told us to become talk show hosts? Jeez. Jake does everything what they supposed to be doing. Ezekiel 13 and 16. They have seen vanity and lying divination. Yeah, you're lying. This is not top 5. We could rap better than y'all. And you know what proves it? The fact that you don't know that we could do that. Okay, brothers are very talented. All right, I'll freestyle around your ass with one of your best writtens, but I don't need to because it's vanity. So you got Jake thinking that they the next up when you got brothers that are just keeping their head down, doing the work that are even more talented than you. Because what is most important? The business of the Lord. Okay, we're about our Father's business, not our own belly. All right. Yeah, I had to throw that in there real quick though. It says they have seen vanity. Yeah, talking about top 5. And lying divination, saying the Lord saith, and the Lord has not seen them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. Here it is. These are others that hope to confirm their word right here. This is who's hoping that what he's saying, what they're saying is true. Look, Shalom, men of God. See? Look, they're hoping that what they're saying is true. Look, a little Hamite-ish. I'm just playing. But let me keep going. I'm just being funny. I'm being funny. It says, see, they hope that they would confirm the word. They hope that what they're saying is true. Have ye not seen a vain vision? And have ye not spoken a lying divination? Whereas ye say, the Lord saith, albeit I have not spoken? Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies. Therefore, behold, I am against you, saith the Lord power. It says, and my hand shall be upon the prophets that seen vanity and divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord power. Because they have seduced my people. It's easy to seduce Jake. Eve, you're easy, man. Okay? This is why wicked niggas always get you. Because you're easy. You're easy sheep led away. Look at these little babies. It's easy to get Jake. You ever heard of bait car? They baited you with fringes. They baited you with titles. They baited you with offices. They baited you with certificates. They bought you. Okay? They bought you. All while this is happening, man. So you know what, IUIC, you got a lot on your plate. As Esau starts cracking down on benefits and funding, you got a lot on your plate to handle, man. And you're going to find out that majority of those people that were there were just because of food. Remember the time of Yahushua? Let me get that real quick. They left Yahushua because of no food. He told me, he said, you only came here for the bread. You know what? I should, a chat GBT would have put it. Let me go here. Let me see what pops up. Is this it? Instead, the key reason mentioned, it says particularly where it described. No, that's not it. Okay. Let's put Jesus said you. Oh, my bad. I think it is John 6. You came only for food. Majority of Jakes are only here for the food, man. See? You got to know who you're dealing with. Yahushua answered John 6:26. All right. Yahushua answered them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because ye saw miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. So Jake will follow your ass just so they could keep eating. You got to know who you're dealing with. You got to know the Lord's people, man, for real. You got to know how the Lord's people are, man. All right. Let me see what else. Ezekiel 13:10, because they have seduced my people, saying peace. Remember, there is no Jacob's trouble. Did not Bishop Nathaniel tell that Benjamite there is no Jacob's trouble? And then he wanted to say, if you listened, oh morons. So now we got to be morons? That elder now calling us morons? That's y'all elder. And there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others dubbed it with untempered mortar. Christ is untempered mortar. Law for salvation is untempered mortar. Say unto them which dub it with untempered mortar, game show host shit. Game show hosts. The hell? What the helly? It says that it shall fall. There. Now, what if they cut funding to 501c3 churches? And then what if they start requiring more things for these churches? And IUIC, you're one of them. Okay. So we're going to see what you say about the MOTB soon. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstone, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Let me end it off on Mark 7. See? Because a great testing is coming. A great testing is coming. And we see what Esau's doing. We got to be more spiritual now more than ever, man. Okay. If this bill just cut, what's that? 35 million, 38 million. 38 million people just got affected by one bill. Okay. 38 million people just got affected by one bill. Now, I asked it earlier. Let me ask again. I think it's 40 million Americans. What is the pop? Okay, 300. I keep forgetting. It's fucking all these. I forget it's a melting pot. There's so many people here. But almost 40 million people just got affected by one bill. Okay? Look how quickly one stroke of the pen just affected millions and millions and millions of people. All right? Mark 7 and 20, or Matthew 7. Let me get this real quick. This is Matthew 7:24. And then that's the lesson. Matthew 7 and 24. It says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. If you enter Jacob's trouble without your house built upon a rock, you're through. And the rain descended and the floods came. Remember, Esau's coming in like a flood. This is why they call themselves Delta, for Delta representing the tip of the stream entering in to clear a path. Delta, Blitzkrieg, German, Teeman, Esau, warlike people. A flood shall come in, but a standard shall be lifted. And the floods came. And what's going to happen when the flood comes on them? What's going to happen when the flood comes on Ruth, Israel? Okay? And Jebediah? What are they going to do? And beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand, and the rains descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. You're getting ready to see a great fall amongst the Hebrew Israelites' knowledge. I don't like to use that word community. You're going to see a great fall. Look at what this big, beautiful betrayal just did. See that? Look at what this big, beautiful betrayal just did. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay? What was 18 plus 17, 35, 3, 38. 38 million plus 3.5 trillion just got affected with just one bill. So yeah, man, you better lock in right now to the Lord. I didn't expect this lesson to go that long. All right, so let me end it. The Wi-Fi is acting up. I pray the lesson was edifying. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.